What's up, y'all? Welcome to Atlanta Falcons Nation, Red Clay Sports Mornings, 11 a.m. We are here. I know y'all probably still not used to us, and I got my niece here who is just not happy with us today. So I'm going to jump off of here real quick, but I want to go ahead and say hello, introduce y'all to the staff again. And you know what? I'm going to get on off in a minute, y'all. She's upset. But we have Jumpman T up top. Twisted Torch TV. We also have Rich right at the bottom. You've seen him before on ATL and Sports Zone, as well as look. I'm done, y'all. My niece is not with it. As Mr. Magnus. Appreciate you guys for joining. It's gonna be a good show today. We've been ready to just break down the game against the Raiders. What's gonna be happening? The fact that Beasley and Tack McKinley is on the team, even though he's on injury reserve for them. And since she's a little quiet, I might just go ahead and jump into the injury report just a little bit. We already know that Todd Gurley is ruled out for the game Sunday, as well as Julio Jones. I think it's Calvin Ridley and who else? I'm sorry, little lady. Julio, Dante Fowler, and Hayden Hurst. I apologize for that, you guys. Julio Jones and Hayden Hurst. They're all questionable for Sunday's game, but that's okay. So it's gonna take Ito Smith, Brian Hill, kind of doing their thing that back there in the backfield. So, hey, that's all we got right now. Everybody else is pretty much healthy. That's pretty much all I have for the most part, because this one won't let me be great. So I'm gonna hop on off of here. All right, Kyle. I know it. I know shoot piece. Okay, y'all. I'm hopping off.
Well, since he just mentioned him, we need a big game from him.
Yes, sir.
He gotta show us something, man. So what y'all expect with Todd Gurley not being on here this year or this game? What we getting from them?
Well, first and foremost, yes, we do have Brian Hill. He is capable, but what he needs to do is the Tiki Barber technique, high and tight. Because every time this guy is like in the open field, for some reason, what's up, Asia? Someone comes in and they punch that ball out, and it's a fumble. I mean, what he needs to do is ball security. He is a capable, he's a capable back. He can catch it. He's all purpose. He's good in blitz pickup. I mean, he is learning from Todd Gurley as well. But what I don't want to see is Ito Smith and blitz pickup. That's how his behind guy got blasted last time, and he ain't been the same since. So he needs to be Mike Ryan does not need to have that little man next to him trying to pick up blitz pickup. It's going to be a heavy dose of Brian Hill. But before all of that, I just want to say that I don't think that we're actually going to get a heavy dose of Brian Hill for the simple fact I think that Dirk Cutter is going to kill us again with his game planning, because that secondary can be had, and I think he'll look at the numbers. And I got the numbers right here. Like once, like Rich does his piece, I'm going to read off the numbers and I'm going to tell you exactly why I think Dirk Cutter, in his arrogant mind of way of thinking, is going to have like Matt Ryan sitting back there 60 times trying to throw the ball. Go ahead, Rich.
Right. Brian Hill showed moments that he's really explosive. Even since when we first drafted him, and I seen his film from Wyoming, I'm like, boy, that boy got potential. And we seen, he got better over time. I know that's Jew boy. You talking about him all the time, but he got better with his hands and really using them in the passing game. So we're gonna have a heavy dosage of Brian Hill, but I do want to see like Quadre and Ito get some work too. I'll be honest with y'all, And like my boy told me last night, I think something about Todd Gurley, whatever, but I didn't know he was ruled out. Like, why is he ruled out? Like, what's his injury?
Knee arthritis.
Yeah. I mean, we knew that he was going to be on kind of like a pitch count, when he's active and whatnot. So we kind of knew that this was going to happen.
Good maintenance call. I mean, the Saints, you play the Saints, they're a nasty team a little bit. They go for
you got to put it out.
We gonna see what's up, but I'm expecting a big game from Brian Hill. Hopefully he continues through the whole 4 quarters of running the ball, but Please, Dirk Cutter, don't do that shit where you Brian Hill run 1, 2, and then pass.
Yeah.
Make it up, man. Pass to force the run. Don't let them just sit back and get 7 people in the box on first down and you don't throw it. Don't do that.
I don't know. Personally speaking, I don't think he realizes what he has at tight end.
Yeah.
You know, that where the hell was Hayden Hurst that entire game, you know, against the Saints? I don't even know if he was targeted the entire game.
No, I had him on my fantasy.
Talking about him?
Yeah. That man, the galloping ghost. I don't know where he was like the entire game. I was like, one of the things that, especially with a hobbled Julio, is like you do have other weapons. Yes, where Julio does make, you know, job easy for everybody. Yes, that is true. But let's not take away the fact that we do have guys. Yes, he is the worst, Mad Mike. But let's not take away the fact that, yes, you could split that guy out wide. Use him like a Tony Gonzalez. Use him like you would use a Cameron Blake. Use him like you would use a O.J. Howard. You are familiar with tight ends. That's your thing. You get tight ends paid. I remember how he was in Tampa Bay.
He had Tony G. Come on, man. And then he's a different type of tight end because he's a speed tight end. Yes. He can literally be a mismatch for every defense, especially if you put him in trip sets to where the person can jam him.
Yeah.
And he has a two-way go, left or right. Come on, bro.
Give him an option. Yeah, like it's an option route, pretty much. Like that's how Kelsey be cooking for the most part. You know what I mean? But then speaking of Hayden Hurst, like when we got him over here, we thought we was mainly going to be using him vertically downfield, being that we know he's so fast. Like we're going to see him down the seams, down the middle, cooking up in the middle, and he's excited for that. And being that we're not doing that right now, we got all these talented guys on offense, and we're not really exposing the matchups, pretty much making it harder for the defenders, pretty much. You know?
Yeah, I think it's like sometimes I remember, even though I don't agree with him all the time, Skip Bayless was saying this on Undisputed the other day. And he was like, sometimes you could have too much of a good thing, you know, where you have too many weapons and you're trying to satisfy too many mouths or whatever. But at this point, Julio is not the type of person that bellyaches if he's not getting targeted. He doesn't care. That's why Calvin Ridley is eating. That's why Calvin Ridley averages almost like 9, 10, 12 touchdowns a year, you know. So the thing is that everybody in there is pretty much has like a low, like pretty much like they're not going to bellyache if they're not getting targeted. But you do have mismatches at certain spots, and your job as a coordinator is to exploit that. If you cannot exploit that, then you shouldn't have a job. It's just plain and simple. That's why I believe, Eric, if you believe that, honestly, I don't believe that we should have another defensive coach. I believe that Eric Bieniemy, what he's doing in Kansas City, what he's doing with those guys, what would he do with these weapons down here? Pretty much. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm like, that's just my personal opinion. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if what he could do with Kelsey, what do you think he would do with a guy like Hayden Hurst?
Let's get into this.
Yes, sir.
How do our linebackers match up against Darren Waller?
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I'm going to start off by saying, please bracket covers this man. He is the main factor to their offense. They line him up wherever. He's got a 4.4 speed. He's 6'4". He's doing all the above, man. So if we're going to do that mismatch or that matchup, put Foye on him, put Deion Jones on him, put Keanu on him, but bracket coverage. Force him to be out of the game early. He looks like he'll pout if he ain't getting too many plays in the beginning. So we got to get him rattled. How y'all feel?
Go ahead, Rich.
I feel mainly Foye, Lucan, Kiki, and probably a little bit of Walker. They probably going to be on. Yeah, there you go. That's my boy. Feel me? Like playmaker ability. You see that? It's playmaking ability. But those guys are mainly going to be relying on holding Waller pretty much to see how that goes. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it. You know, guys got to step up at the end of the day. Foyer's been playing great. Like, he's going to be on. I'm excited to see it pretty much. Well, you know, that's it. Excited.
Oh, by the way, Atlanta Falcons Nation, like, subscribe, comment, but be respectful. And also, go into NFL.com and vote for your boy Foye Oluokun into the Pro Bowl. He is getting snubbed from other guys that's not even having half the season that he's doing. Vote for your boy into the Pro Bowl, man.
Yeah, I voted for the first time too this year. Once I seen that, I'm like, all right, nah, let me vote for the Pro Bowl. It's my first time doing this. I'm like, nah, let me get my bro in there.
Yeah. How do I linebackers match up against Darren Waller? You see how I'm holding my head, right? Because for the simple, I know what they might do. And I don't think that they're going to play man coverage against them. I really think that our defensive coordinators are scared to play man coverage. They're scared to get beat. That's why they keep reverting back to those zones. So you know that they probably going to play some sort of zone, because isn't that how Emmanuel Sanders got loose last week? They had Debo running side by side with him on some cover 2 defense. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. We know that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, I think that we're probably going to play zone, probably a cover 3. You know it. I know it. The Falcons Nation knows it.
You know it.
They're probably going to play a cover 3. And if you have Darren Waller on your fantasy team, go ahead and start him. Because I have no. If we play man, I believe that we have a shot. If we work to that zone, I mean, it's barbecue chicken, man. Barbecue chicken all day, man.
I believe he's good in zone, though. That's why I don't think we should do what his strength is. A lot of people have been zoning him too, and he sits down in coverage. That's the easiest catch.
Yeah.
Inbound, the easiest catch.
There are times we're gonna be blitzing and stuff. At times you're gonna have your time when you're blitzing. Typically, when you're blitzing, you're gonna be in some type of man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to switch the topic so much, but I believe our DBs could match up with their receivers. Even though they got some fast guys, who they got, Aguilar and then
Ruggs.
Yeah, Ruggs. I ain't seen much what he can do, but I think AJ Terrell I think they could run with them guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm excited to see that, but I think we could somewhat win that match. That's a whole different topic, but yeah,
I'm a little scared of Ruggs, though. I ain't gonna cap to you, man. He's kind of fast. He's sneaky fast on the low.
Ruggs, Henry Ruggs reminds me of Peerless Price. Now, if you are a Falcons fan, you remember how that guy should be arrested for armed robbery. That dude, Peerless Price, stole money from the Atlanta Falcons, because all he do is he's good for a go route. That's what he's good for. He's good for that 9 route, and that's pretty much it. So if being the fact that Darren Waller is probably going to command so much attention, we have to account for, Henry Ruggs, or even like that little guy reminds me of Julian Edelman, Renfro, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6 or 3rd and manageable, they're probably going to go to him. And then on a play action, we have to account for Josh Jacobs. Play action is probably going to go to Ruggs. So definitely got to account for him. But in the case, I think Rich is right. Maybe they should let Terrell travel. Let Terrell match up on their best weapon and try to take him out of the game. Terrell's up for it. That boy playing good, and he ain't scared either.
Nope.
Let's see what happens, man. Because what we're doing is,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You brought the Peerless Price. We was talking about that yesterday. I ended up buying a jersey when I was a little kid.
Oh, you been stop,
man. The worst robbery ever, man. I was so upset at that nigga. He blew me on that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was pissed at him. He was wrong for that shit.
Yeah. Robbery, bro.
The next topic is, how can we attack the Raiders' bad secondary?
I'm gonna sit back on that one.
What's the safety name? The safety name is Graham. What's his name?
Abram, I think.
Yeah, Abram.
Hey, for Mr. Mistake.
He's all right. He's all right. But like he's gonna get better as time goes along. But from what I've seen from him lately, he's been getting exposed. Like getting But to answer your question, as far as he's real aggressive towards the run. And I think once we commit, let's say, establishing the run from jump, and then we get a little 2 yards, 5 yards of pop, then we hit the play action, and then we go up top, make him come up to us aggressively, and when the time is right, we will take our shots downfield. Calvin Ridley, Julio, Gage, and them guys, I feel like it's a good matchup. I feel like we could win that. They can't run with them guys.
Nah, this definitely matchup goes for us. If Dirk Cutter doesn't, flu games us with the plays, we're gonna make some hay with them. 'Cause the last time Julio played them, he killed them.
Oh yeah.
He had 5 catches, 100 yards, touchdown. Like that type of defense isn't gonna stop Julio. If he plays, he's gonna be electrifying versus them at home. So, but the only thing is with Abram, we gotta keep him guessing because, like you said, when he comes down, his eyes, he thinks he see red. He's gonna go for play action a lot. I feel like we gotta take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. I don't think he looks at his cues enough. He just guesses and hopes he makes the right play because he's there sometimes. But sometimes he can be had.
Yeah.
And like we could do versus Malcolm Jenkins. That's how you have to do these strong safeties that like to guard people, and they think they can play coverage. Take advantage.
Kiki 2.0, right? Like to come down, like to lay the boy, play in the box. He's a box safety, Cam Chancellor, whatever kind of box safety you want to compare him to. Isn't that football 101, guys? Run the ball, play action, throw it up top.
But sometimes those like that's been like our playing style in a sense. Run a little bit and then get some play action going and all that stuff. But sometimes when it don't work, it don't work. When nobody's not open or they send a blitz, they know you're doing play action. Somebody misses they block now, it fucks up the timing and everything. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those plays, it's all timing, running the running the right routes at the proper depth. And, that's how they get those guys open on them play action plays or them leak out plays. Sometimes, what's that touch when Hayden Hurst got a nice touchdown?
Real route.
Play action, plays is nice. Mm-hmm. You just got to be creative with that. Obviously, we haven't seen that from our offensive coordinator as much, but definitely want to mix up the offense a little bit, get guys to step up and get guys more involved.
I think people, exactly. I think what we lack is, and what we've lacked for such a long time, is a sense of identity and a sense of toughness. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that when teams play the Atlanta Falcons, they look at us as finesse. And they look at a lot of dome teams as finesse teams because you don't play outside. So therefore, you're not going to run a ball because you play in the most perfect conditions. So freaking what? So what? You play in perfect conditions. That means that you got equal footing. That means you still should run the ball. I mean, yes, football is evolving, but we shouldn't fall in love with the highlight plays. See, running the ball is like body blows in boxing. It doesn't get a lot of airplay on ESPN, nothing like that, but it works. It works over time. You're supposed to work and impose your will against the man across from you. It's demoralizing. And I don't see that, Atlanta Falcons football, they demoralize people. Offensively, we have the way of doing it. Yes, hunger. And what happens is that you actually have wide receivers willing to block. See, Julio is a willing blocker. He will move a man against his own will. And not the fact that it's not working. He will continue to do that over the course of the game. So he's buying in too, and he's showing these young guys this is how you do to be successful. So then, why are we getting so enamored by the glitz and glamour of throwing the ball downfield? Yeah, Matt Ryan has a decent arm, but still, I think that Dirk Cutter is going to fall in love with the fact that, let me show these stats for you real quick. Against the pass, they're 20th against the pass. They allow 273.6 per game. They're 28th. 4 other teams are worse than them. We might be one of them, but 273.6 through the air. So I think that's actually going to happen. Even with a hobble Julio with 3 toes and a club foot could eat this secondary alive.
I like that, man. Definitely. Well, since we brought up Julio,
what is the game plan if Julio doesn't play? I guess I'll run off this one first. Scheme. I mean, you know what? I may sound like the bearer of bad news today, but I think last week it took the air out of my sails because I'm looking at and I'm just thinking about game plan and what essentially would be Julio's game. I mean, what would be Dirk Cutter's game plan attacking like this offense? Where we basically said that we should attack Abram. He does come downhill. He plays very aggressive, but you have a weapon that it seems like you don't like to use. You got a nice little shiny car called Hayden Hurst. matched up against a safety, he should eat him alive, right? I mean, in the
Definitely.
grand scheme of things, like that should actually happen. Calvin Ridley is a matchup problem, but it seems like Calvin Ridley seems to disappear from the game plan in the second half. That might have been in the first half because somehow, in the second half, like he doesn't get targeted. It seems like they don't run no kind of like plays for him or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it has to be consistent. So if Julio doesn't play, it still goes back to square one. We still should be running the ball. What you think, Jumpman?
Listen, man. Like you said, Calvin Ridley, he has to be used. He has to learn how to beat double coverage a little bit better. Like it's certain routes that you do to beat double coverage. Corner routes, in routes, post routes, comeback routes. He has all those routes in his arsenal, but it just seems like at times when Dirk Cutter shies away from him, he kind of gets lackadaisical and don't run his full route.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. Like, and then the reason why Julio and Tony G are so good for Matt Ryan is because Matt Ryan is a middle of the field thrower. We all know that. His accuracy, his pass precision is middle of the field. Like doing them deep routes, he has it. But he just floats it. He doesn't have like that cannon. Mm-hmm. So doing those type of routes, and that's what Calvin's good for. He's good for those deep routes, and Matt just hasn't hit him enough. And because of the timing of the offensive line and him, and then Dirk Cutter. But we have to use Calvin Ridley. It doesn't matter. Like even if he doesn't get a chance to catch ball, he's gonna get some penalties. If you take deep shots, you get more chances of cornerbacks grabbing because he's still fast. So they still be on their toes like, oh, man, I got to grab. Let me grab. Can't give him a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so you got to take him chances.
Yeah. Like to add on to what y'all was saying, like I could tell those guys, they can get frustrated. Like you see it in Calvin Ridley's face. Like you see the frustration sometimes. But if Julio doesn't play, because Matt Ryan and Dirk, they really rely heavy on with Julio. So obviously that means Calvin really going to be on one, right? And then I guess Christian Blake, maybe Russell Gage or Olamide Zaccheaus.
Yes.
Those guys more involved. Like I said earlier, if you get those guys more involved, the defense not going to know really where the ball is going. And if who they're targeting, because once they know you, all right, Julio don't play. All right, they're gonna go to Calvin Ridley. That's what the Saints did. They took away the routes, that we're gonna go to, and they know Matt Ryan want to go to Ridley or whatever. Take that route away, make him go to somebody else. They're gonna force you to go to somebody else, which is why guys just gotta step up and get guys more involved. Like I honestly want to see more of a screen game. I think somebody said it last week. Just no running backs didn't touch the ball. Like at least a little dump or a swing route or something,
Definitely.
Switch it up.
Yeah, I ain't like that, man. With the Raiders, and see, this is the thing about Dirk, man. Like versus teams that played against him and know him, he's trash. Like it just looks vanilla. But when you're playing teams that's not known for playing them back to back, like that are not in the division, he can scheme against them. I don't know what that is, but that's just how he is. Like versus the 49ers, when he played the 49ers like that. Look at the scheme he had for that game last year. You see what I'm saying? Like he has those moments where he has good game plans. But then it's moments where he be like, dang, you really finna do that?
Consistency.
I think it's like adjustments and I think a lot of these coaches that had too many turns in the league, they don't know how to evolve. And that's just like in life in general, is that you have to evolve or you're going to get left behind. So a lot of these coaches that, and I think that's what it is too, is like also, people could say like, Matt Ryan, Stat Ryan or something like that. But granted, Matt Ryan do get a lot of offensive coordinators hired. That's what he does, because he puts up stats. I mean, but you have to be able to evolve with the way the game is evolving. And a lot of these guys a lot of these offensive coordinators are too arrogant and too set in their ways to be able to try to evolve and try to scheme guys open instead of saying, okay, well, just beat the guy across from you. Like, how about some rub routes, drag routes? I don't care if you dink and dunk for like 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 plays. I don't care how you get it. Just get 6.
Tom
I don't
Brady
care how
got
you
famous
do
off that.
Yeah, like how about just winning ugly? Like why we have to sit there? I mean, maybe the team is reflective upon how the city is like glitz and glamour and stuff like that. I get it, but we have to be able to have some dogs and be ugly too. Win ugly, And I think that's what's going to be because I believe that the Raiders are going to try to win ugly. That's how they've been doing, and I don't believe that they're scared either because they played Kansas City tough. So it's like, why would they be scared of what we bring to the table? Which goes into our next topic.
Hey, bro, you read my mind, wouldn't it? How do we expect David Carr and John Gruden to attack our defense? Man, oh man, oh man.
It's simple though.
Right. Go ahead.
Rich. Oh man, go ahead. You got that.
All right, so obviously they're gonna establish the run off rip. Josh Jacobs, that boy could toe the rock. He going, bro. He gonna have his plays. He gonna eat. He gonna have his explosive plays at times, but they're gonna run the hell out of that damn ball. And once they run that ball, they similar to our playing style. They're gonna take their shots. They definitely gonna take their shots downfield. It's just the timing on obviously when they're gonna do that, and that's why our DBs need to be ready and capitalize off that once we do that. They're gonna use Waller a little bit, but if I feel like the best way to even beat us to attack our defense is pretty much running straight at us, running right up the middle. So if we can't stop the run and be aggressive up the middle and all that, because they're a tough team. John Gruden, they tough guys, so they're gonna run that ball. So if they get the run game going for us, it's gonna be a long game.
But ain't that crazy though? How John Gruden, who has been out of the league for 10 years, he was just the ESPN.
Yep, Monday Night
Football. He
comes
back and literally reschemes his game plan compared to Dirk Cutter. Dirk Cutter, who's still been in the league, is still not able to reinvent himself, but John Gruden was.
Wow. Yeah. Good point. Because the thing is, like, just like with entrepreneurship, you got to have smart people around you. You got to understand what your limitations are. So yeah, you're a head coach, and I'm a Super Bowl winner, but the game has changed. And I think what happened is the fact that time away from the game, he was able to watch the game from a different from a different point of view. So it's like he's like, wow, I can't use what I used last time. I'm gonna have some guys around me. First, you gotta hit in the draft too. You gotta have some guys, like on the team already. But also, it's like you have to be able to look, and it's like, okay, well, I'm a little deficient in this, so I'm gonna have this. Like I'm good at this, so I'm gonna have this. So once he did that, it's like also he brings a toughness because John Gruden is a tough mentality type of coach, and it's leaking into what the Raiders are, But how do I expect David Carr and John Gruden to attack our defense? I mean, why do I feel an end around coming in this game? Because for some reason I see that our team is good for that too. Our team is good for getting beat on end arounds. Anytime that you have and you have a guy that runs like a what did Ruggs run, like a 4-2? Like about 4-2, 4-3? 4-2-9, man. This is Usain Bolt in pads, dog. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if he can get loose on the end around, because for some reason, why do I feel like Steven Means is going to be playing defensive end, which means he's going to get pushed back 5 yards, which means that we're going to get killed. We are going to get, that's what's going to happen. Because, if what Rich said, the comment on what Rich said, they're going to run straight at us. So that means we got to put bricks in our back pocket. Right? So that means Allen Bailey, Kaminsky, Tyler Davison, and Grady is going to have to eat their breakfast tomorrow because they're going to run directly at us. They're going to try to demoralize us the way the Saints demoralized us, because it looked like we gave up in the third and fourth quarter. Once a team gets confident, and also is they don't have David Carr doing too much. That's what basically revitalized his career, is that he's not doing too much. He takes his shots when he needs to. But it's like, play within the offense, we'll be okay, So that's my personal opinion, on all that.
Well, we definitely are gonna get a heavy dose of Waller and Jacobs.
Yes,
for sure. I feel like they're gonna come out starting to pass on us though, and then set us up for the run. Because
they might just throw a bomb to Ruggs right on.
That's what I'm saying. They gotta test our corners early. I can see Denard being single covered or Isaiah Oliver being single covered. Like, what happened to Kendall Sheffield though?
He ain't been the same since like that foot injury he had.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like he had one good game versus the Packers. Like he was the only person who wasn't getting tested versus the Packers, and ever since then he's been getting abused. I don't know what's going on, man. Like he's practicing every day. He ain't on the injury report, so we gotta use him. And for a game like this, it's really a track meet. They don't have no big body receivers like possession receivers. Their possession receiver is the tight end.
Yeah,
there you go.
And that's why I said, like, don't sleep on Renfro. Renfro might go for 11 catches for $130 and a touch. You know, like he might. I
ain't gonna lie to you though. They might put. I can see Dion guarding him because he's not that. He's actually not that fast.
He's not. So, he's not going to blow you away with speed. He's not like a Scotty Miller from Tampa Bay or nothing like that. That's why I say he reminds me of Julian Edelman. Like the dude just gets open.
Yeah, definitely.
I just remembered about Darquez. So it's like you mean that you said you haven't seen Kendall Sheffield. Once Darquez got back, you know, he showed his moments. He made his plays here and there. But I think he's gonna be one of the guys on our defense that just need to step up. But he has been playing okay. You know, he's playing all right. But I'm just saying, being that he might be that other guy because he could play outside and inside. Remember? So
yeah. he got Moss Sunday.
Huh?
He got Moss Sunday though.
Yeah.
He got Moss nasty. He lucky they called holding because that was a pick and he just took it from his hands.
So hopefully he has amnesia. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. So somebody asked about the search for the GM. So who should we consider as a candidate?
I got you know me.
Yeah.
You know me. Well, I come with the paperwork. You know, I'm the accountant, man. I'm the public defender. I come with the paperwork, man.
Please do your thing, bro.
All right, brother. All right. So I've been doing my research and whatnot, and it seems like we going all black everything. Okay, that's what it seemed like. You know, we got Kamala Harris as VP, and we going all black everything as GM. Okay, so
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Let it be a reflection of the culture of Atlanta.
There
you know, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. So maybe I can convince you on some of these guys. Okay, so number one, Reggie McKenzie. You may know him. You may know who that may sound a little bit familiar. Yes, definitely. He built up the Green Bay Packers. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, right? Yeah, that's some of the things that he did. He's also right now the Miami Dolphins senior personnel, and look what the Dolphins are doing right now. Look at what the Dolphins are doing right now. As a GM, he's 152 and 88 as a GM, and he's responsible for 58 Pro Bowlers, right? So that's your first one. Okay, I'm gonna give you another one. So remember, Reggie McKenzie. Number two is Champ Kelly. He's from the Chicago Bears. I don't want him. He said Chicago Bears. I don't want nothing to do with Chicago. They can't get their quarterback. They can't get their quarterback situation together. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing from him. But he's been with the Chicago Bears for about 4 years. He's also was with the Denver Broncos, but he had Peyton Manning and that vaunted defense there. So that don't count. Yeah, but that don't count. You got one, okay? You got one, Von Miller, but he put Chris Harris and he had Aqib Talib and he had a lot of those boys there. So I don't know if that really counts, but he's 34 and 46 as a GM. Now my guy that one I like is this guy named Brad Holmes, and he's on the Los Angeles Rams. He's director of college scouting. So he was responsible for stealing Todd Gurley from us, you know, when he came out. And he got Aaron Donald and John Johnson. And he also believes in taking the best player available. Not scheme, or like taking the guy that fits your scheme. If there's somebody there that's a head busser, you know, that's a defensive end, or if you have too many defensive ends or whatever like that, he doesn't care. He's going to take the best man available and just let the competition play out in preseason.
Well,
you know,
I got somebody you ain't named. I got Tony Dungy. A fan had brought that up yesterday, and I went back on. I'm like, That kind of sounds nice. I'm not gonna lie. I like that name. Tony G. The Falcons. I like that.
Yo, Rich, you'll take this for a minute. I gotta gather my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm saying like I don't even know, bro. I'm being honest with y'all, but lately I've been hearing about the Louis Riddick thing going on, and
yeah,
I don't mind. I've seen his numbers. I'm not too sure what he was responsible for because he was with the Redskins, I think. So Eagles. He did a little bit with the Eagles. One of them.
He wanted the Giants job when it came open about like 2 years ago. He wanted the Giants job. I don't know. Maybe he's a glutton for punishment or something like that. But he wanted that job.
Yeah.
But,
so like I said, I would love to have an African American for both positions, GM and head coach. That would be dope. But at the end of the day, whatever Arthur Blank, Rich McKay, whatever they want to do, they're gonna do.
But Arthur Blank,
huh?
I know I'm saying Arthur Blank, his last name is Blank, as in blank check. Okay. He's willing to write whatever it takes to get us successful.
That's true.
He don't care. He's not a cheapskate or nothing like that. But what he wants is a successful football team because he wants to give the fans something to cheer for. It hurts them bad because you see him on the sideline. He looks like Gomez Adams from the Adams Family. Every time he comes down there, yeah, he does, right?
Dead ass.
And he looks like he's dejected every time this team loses. So, like it or not, Raheem Morris is probably gone. That Saints game probably sealed his fate. You had 2 weeks. Yeah. You had 2 weeks to prepare for that. So you're done. So what I like is a GM that is totally against what we've been doing, and we've been taking guys for scheme. So I don't know if Tony Dungy is that type of guy to do things for scheme, but he also has been away from the game for a while. So I don't know, but I like a guy that's
been doing the same thing. He's been doing the same thing. Who we about to play?
Yeah, like Louis.
He's doing the same thing. So
he's been doing the same thing. But like I said, I mean, if I was to have a choice, I would like the guy with the Rams, like best available. That's what I like. He sounds like he's young, and he sounds like he has a lot of innovative ideas, but he's willing to take best available, and that's something we haven't had in a long time. If we took best available, Todd, we would have had a young Todd Gurley if we would have took best available a few years back.
When we took Vic Beasley, we took need instead of talent.
Yeah. I don't think that we make half the moves that we made if we take, like scheme. I mean, like if you put in the grand scheme of things, does Debo, is Debo here?
We wouldn't have Keanu either.
If Keanu probably wouldn't have been here, like we'd have had Jake Matthews. We probably would have had dude from Tennessee, best available, right?
Mm.
We would have had like, instead of having a technician, we would have had like a head buster, because you see what King Henry's doing down there in Tennessee with those guys, right?
But the year they picked Jake, they was talking about moving up to one and pick Jadeveon Clowney. And then we had all the smoke and mirrors and stuff like that. And they was talking about Khalil Mack, and he didn't make no moves. He just stood there and took Jake Matthews.
I think that's what also thing is like, we got to stop staying in pack. It's like we have guys that's like in the prime of their career. No, they're not on the downside, even though Julio does get hurt. He's been hurt since he came into the league. I mean, he ran like a 4.3, 4.3 on a bad foot. I mean, that's just what he is. When you're that big and that strong and that fast, the first thing that breaks down is your legs. Okay, so it's fine. Julio will be fine. He's been on a pitch count since he's been in the league. He doesn't play all 60, 65 plays. So let's just relax on that. Okay. Number two is that I do like guys, like I said, I'm a scouting guy. I love to look at guys that's getting ready to come in the league. And everybody's saying like we should pick defensive ends. Well, a lot of these defensive ends are projects. They're not like finished projects or whatever. So
third round.
Second, third, yeah, exactly. I think you could find it like equal value, but this
guy going into this draft, the DN class is not. It look a little.
It's not shaky, but they're projects. They're not finished.
Okay, I got you.
They're not polished. They're not. It's not a sure thing. Yeah, it's definitely not a sure thing. But
yeah,
I like that guy, Micah Parsons out of Penn State. I mean, he's a middle linebacker. That's a true middle linebacker. He can run. So maybe we could kick Vic Beasley out to the Debo out to outside linebacker and fill that void, because we have not We have not had a guy like on the outside that could just go get the quarterback, man. Just go. And then he could drop back. He has that athleticism to play outside. So why not have to, like, why not put him outside? It's not taking a like a what you call out of you. It's not being a knock to you. Like Derek Brooks is a Hall of Famer. He played outside. So just like play outside with Aluakon and go get the quarterback.
That was based on the scheme though. That's why they did that.
Right. But I think DQ, with the new coach, I think
I can see him going to the outside.
Yeah, kick Dion to the outside. Yeah. Especially if Tony Dungy comes in, they probably would kick Dion to the outside and bring in Micah Parsons and be a true middle linebacker. This way, ain't nobody running up the middle on somebody 6'3", 244.
Nah, that's a fact.
Right behind Grady too.
Nowadays, them 244s, they still running 4.5s, 4.4.
Thank you.
Like in college now, that's what they doing. But Asia Green had said a comment earlier. She feels like the Raiders are gonna win by 7, and then somebody else said they feel like 14 or more. So how do y'all feel for the game tomorrow? I know they bugging because the game is at home, and if you know Matt Ryan, I think y'all should. Y'all know Matt Ryan. A bad performance like that, he usually comes out and does something. So, what do y'all feel?
Okay. Well, let me read off Asia Green's comment first before I go into all that. He said, "Matt just needs to take over and call his own plays." Like let's start drawing in the dirt, right, Asia? Let's draw like backyard football style. You go this way, you go that way, because Dirk is going to fuck up the plays, and we need someone to speak up on defense too. That is true. Yeah. We don't have any leaders. I mean, Grady Jarrett's leader, but it seemed like he's been muzzled. Debo hasn't really said anything. I mean, you got Kiki. Where's our leadership? I don't know. But in terms of what I think it's going to be nip and tuck, because that's just how they play. That's just how Atlanta plays. Like just when you think they do good, they draw you back in. So I think I got Falcons by 3 on the MVP of the team, Young Hui Koo from 50.
He doing it like that.
He coming 50, back,
man. We was a field goal shortest last week, so it might just be.
Sign that man, Pro Bowl, vote for that man.
I ain't gonna lie. He I think his only misses are extra points, ain't it?
Yeah. Babyface Finster, man.
He missed 1. Okay, that's still crazy.
And he's 5 for 5 from 50 plus.
That's what we need. That's exactly what we need, because once we get past that 50, sometimes we just looking for field goals. We ain't even looking to score sometimes. It's ridiculous. But I definitely think that the Falcons are gonna come out and show us something this week. I feel like the defense is gonna step up. I don't know about the offense. I feel like the defense is gonna make a play to seal the game. And Julio might get us there by having 125 off of 5 throws.
Woo!
Oh,
woo! Say that again. Julio gonna have what?
$125 off of 5 catches. $125 off of 5 catches. Yeah, because he gets 17 or 20 yards on the route. Easily.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan lobs it to him. Is an easy catch every time.
Yeah.
He might go deep one play, so it's possible.
5 for $125.
Yeah, maybe even more than that, honestly.
Whoa, hot take.
That's the low minimum. Like Julio could go off any given day and light these dudes up, bro. He has his own records, bro. Like there's no limit for Julio. I feel like he could, bro.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. I want 48. There's 48 people watching. Okay, first like, up, and subscribe, and number 2 is I want y'all to see who is going to be the key to winning tomorrow, and give me the stat. Okay, so y'all want to be commenting in the comments or whatever like that. Let me see what y'all got. Let me see the inner ESPN undisputed people here. I want to see what y'all got. Give me the stat. Who's gonna basically be the man, and what your score and what their stat is gonna be. What you got? I was also thinking Koo might win the game for us too. Crazy thing, we played the Raiders 14 times. We won 7. They won 7. So will the game be in number 7? 777.
That's crazy, bro. Wow, that's crazy, bro. He really said it. That's crazy.
So In other words, we throwing everything out the window. Everything goes out the window with that. You know, it's a rivalry now. They won 7, we won 7. I actually got Hurst playing well because I believe that he did get phased out, and if Dirk Cutter has any kind of sense in his head, he would realize that he didn't play well. But he didn't even play well. He didn't even get targeted. You know, so it's like
he got targeted once. In the first half,
he got targeted once.
Yeah, the first half, and the dude battled it down.
Yeah,
and he was on Malcolm Jenkins. If he would have lobbed it to the end zone.
Oh, Holding Jenkins. I don't call him Malcolm. I call him Holding Jenkins because he holds on every freaking play and never gets called for that, man.
Yeah, I don't call him.
Yeah, so I got Hayden Hurst going for 6 for 80, 2 tubs. Working
Magnum now.
Working the hell out of the middle of the field. I'm telling you, there's like working to death. Work Abrams to death. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I would do. Matt Ryan, 420 yards and 3 TDs, 1 pick tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
I like that, but that's a lot. That ain't running the ball at all.
But Matt can do it.
He has.
You know, 420 3 TDs.
Minus that interception, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you going for the perfect? You going for perfect?
Yeah, always. I don't care. Expectations is high. Take care of that ball, man.
Facts. I like that. Yeah. What you got, Rich?
That's what he is. Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
So I'll say Calvin Ridley, at least having 8 to 10 receptions for probably like 120 maybe. And I'll tubs, you know, definitely 2 TDs or more. Ooh. Based off his last game, like we gotta get Ridley more involved and Hayden Hurst. But you know, one thing you said, Kev, like just being that the players might not play good or whatever, but at the same time, we know the coaching sometimes they can feel that pressure and they could just fuck up and just, you know.
Look, dog, they already getting fired. You might as well go out on your sword, man.
Yeah,
go out like 300.
Open up the playbook, bro. Like, but I'm just saying, like, coaches can get under pressure. Like, they can mess up themselves. Like, not all the time you can't keep blaming guys for not stepping up or lack of execution. Bro, just your play calling was bad. Like, it's just that simple. Your scheme is bad. Like,
but you know what I would also like to see? I would also like to see Matt Ryan audible more. He seems like he really takes pride in not kind of showing up the offensive coordinator, no matter who he is. You know, so what I like to see is like him coming to the line, and maybe he doesn't like it. Give him 2 or 3 plays, and it's like whatever you don't like, just audible out of it. You know, because maybe Matt Ryan do want to run the ball. Maybe he understands his limitations. Like if I have a good running game, I play well. If I have a good play action, I play well. So give him 2 or 3 plays, call in his head. And it's like he gets to the line. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to audible out to a running game, you know, something. But it seems like he gets to the line and he may audible if somebody comes, in which Abrams will. He's going to come down, and that's when he's like, all right, and then he's ready to audible. But
all he does is audible to a run, though, bro. I can't stand that. All he does is audible to a run. Like when he does audible, it's usually audibling to a run.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this year. Like I haven't seen no audible. He's like, all right, y'all gonna do this, y'all finna blitz. All right, quick screen. Like how he did versus I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that enough, man. I need to see him seeing the field and getting to the ball quicker so you can watch what they doing. You wait to the 10 and 12 mark and people doing motion, you ain't got a chance to check for a dummy call.
Right.
Word. Oh, hold on, guys. New drop. Thank you for the $2 in the super chat. Benji Carpenter wins us the game. Thank you.
I like that. Matt Hennessy.
I want Carpenter gone. He should be arrested for armed robbery too.
Yeah, at some point though, we do gotta see Matt Hennessy. I feel like they cannot just feel like the whole season just not ride it. Like I understand if you want to save him just in case anybody get hurt next year or whatever we do with Alex Mack, but I do want to see how he do, at least to let him get one game or something or a few series at least.
Yeah, he gets a couple players in there, but they be swapping them out. Like he don't get a
swapping them out. Okay.
Yeah, they swap them out.
But like it or not, guys, to be real, and I want everybody in the chat to understand this. This team is going to look so different next year. I don't think Alex Mack is there. I don't think Carpenter is there. We're about 11 to 12 million over. We in salary cap hell. So don't even talk about going to get somebody in free agency after this year. We're going to have to hit on a lot of draft picks, coming up for the following year. In 2022, that's when things become a little bit more flexible. But because of COVID-19 been kicking our ass this whole entire year, this is the reason why a lot of the salary cap will be down. Therefore, the only ones that might be there might be Hennessy at center. That's why he has to get some reps and stop taking them out. I believe Kiki is gone. Like Keanu Neal is going to be gone. I mean, Foye is still going to be there. Jarrett's still going to be there. Means is going to be gone. Allen Bailey is going to be gone. So a lot of these young guys is going to have to be able to get reps. What's that?
Don't forget the guy on the screen.
Rico. Yeah. Coach.
Oh God. Rico. I mean, how many times have I actually rubbed my temples in this show? Rico Allen. Ricardo Allen. The 5th round pick that I saw, what was it in what's the HBO show? Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
I didn't want to curse. I wanted to be able to get monetized, whatever like that. But damn it, I didn't give a damn about him then, and I don't give a damn about him now. Okay, the guy, like he was basically brought in, and here come Dan Quinn with his arrogance. It's like, I'm going to convert this guy to safety because he has some sort of range. What range has he has? What, he's like 5'8"? What is he, like 5'8"? Like what has he done since he's been at free safety to be able to, like, oh yeah, he's a leader. He galvanizes the team. Debo's your leader. Grady Jarrett's your leader. He is not your leader. Why is he calling like audibles or whatever like that from the secondary? I can't hear you. Like what is he doing? But anyway, yeah, go ahead, guys.
I would like to ask a question for y'all, being that y'all was mentioned Kiki possibly leaving or one of those guys. So are you saying that like we should trade or one of them and get picks for them? One of my boys mentioned that to me too. Like, do you think that's what we should do? Like, if we do go that route, like if it's one of those valuable key pieces, just so we can get picks for it, and who knows how we look towards going into the draft. You know what I'm saying? Even though I like Kiki, I would want him to stay personally, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like that, trade somebody that's valuable and get some good picks for it. Do y'all think we should do that?
No, we can't though. He's gonna be a free agent.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, he can make his own decision.
Yeah, I think we picked up his 5th year option, right?
Yeah, this is his 5th year.
This is his last year. This is his last year, but he's gone.
Yeah.
Unless he comes back on the veteran minimum.
Right. Now I feel you.
I mean, based on these last 6 games, we're gonna see how he do. But if he come back, he only getting like $2 million prove it deal, $3 million.
So what can we get for him though? Even if we sign him back, like
somebody give up a 2nd rounder for him.
I thought we was gonna trade Tack McKinley's old fat ass, but I guess nobody was like biting on that. According to his old crazy ass, he was talking about like, oh, they was gonna give you a 2nd or whatever like that.
That was big cap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
no, he was lying. But let's get into these questions and answers. Do anybody in the chat got questions for us? We can see what's up before we end the show.
I like what John Crowder said. So, we need to keep Alua Khan. AJ is definitely not going anywhere because he's on his rookie deal. He's going to be here for at least like 5 years, John. Grady's not going nowhere, and Debo's not going nowhere. So that's your core, right there. Also, just want to let you guys know in the chat, and let you also guys know is that they have us projected to take Patrick Surtain II from Alabama. That corner, that lockdown corner from Alabama, they got us taking him. And if you do not feel old, this is how you should feel old. Patrick Surtain's son and Asante Samuel's son is coming out in this draft. If you are at least over 30-something years old, you're going to feel old right now. Okay, but Patrick Surtain, they got us taking him to pair with AJ Terrell for the foreseeable future. So,
I'm going free safety, man. We need a free safety, bro. I'm sorry.
We do, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you convert, I mean, you're gonna have to like work around with what you got. So maybe if they take if you take Oliver, and maybe because he like well he's good in space. He's a really great tackler. So maybe push him up there. You know.
Yeah, ball skills, make him see the ball more and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just being that with Rico, like he had an interception, you know, he did a little something, but we know it's not enough. And I forgot who we was playing, but it was a close play where he was coming down on the ball and he like tipped it and they still caught it, and I think still caught it for a touchdown. Like little things like that.
Ricardo versus the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ricardo versus the Panthers.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. There you go. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah,
You know,
that.
Robbie White is true. Like, what happened to Casey? I actually like him back there at free safety.
Oh, did we keep Casey? Oh, okay.
He's a free agent too.
Oh my God.
What are we gonna do with him? I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how that's gonna happen. Some people think we're not gonna sign him back. Some people say we're gonna let him go. I honestly don't know.
But see, I don't want to say it's a good thing, but he got injured this year. So he might want to come back on a prove-it deal too. You know what I'm saying?
I think he deserves it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can see that. But somebody asked the question, do we keep KZ? So I'm glad we brought that up.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we pick it between KZ and Kiki, I'm going to keep Kiki and then draft a free safety.
Okay.
Just being straight up. I just feel we need that ball hawk safety that can read, know his keys, and if he fucks up, gets back to the play and makes something out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have
maybe something like a Tyrann Mathieu hybrid. Somebody we could like move around or something like that. It doesn't take much because like you know, like you don't have to. A lot of things about free safety is like you don't have to think much. Just like you said, you have to just like read your keys and then just like you're basically the center fielder. You're the goalkeeper for the defense. You know, but basically Asia was saying like, you know, we got to be able to get the quarterback. And I believe one thing wholeheartedly is that you can scheme to get to the quarterback. And this is why I believe that we haven't hit on defensive ends in a long time, like in a very, very long time. So why not we just like go to a 3-4 because the strength of our defense is our linebackers. So why not just like convert to a 3-4, go get Micah Parsons. If you don't know who he is, look at his highlight tape. Go get Micah Parsons, kick out Debo to the outside. You got Aluakon, or you could put Michael Walker out there and just scheme yourself to the quarterback. You got Kaminsky, you got big bodies at defensive end. So why don't just have them take up space and just like scheme people to quarterback? To become an aggressive flying around defense. It works with Pittsburgh. Like they've been scheming people for the longest. They revitalized Mika Fitzpatrick's career. So like it can be done, honestly.
Using your athletes. You said it. You can't say any better than that, bro. You said it perfectly. Like me, I played a 3-4 in college. I played inside linebacker, right? And for those many years, and that was the best. When I tell you, like one of the best years that we had, moving forward, and so because my freshman year we was in a 4-3. It was just we didn't have the right guys, right skill sets for it, and in the 3-4, like Big Low even said it, and I played in it. So it's like you can blitz guys from so many different ways. Anywhere. It's so much fun. Like
it is.
But you do gotta have that nose to hold them gaps. Like you can't get moved. You know, you gotta fill blitz from each side. Like 3-4 is fun, man.
But I believe Tyler Davidson could be that nose. So wasn't like New Orleans playing like a kind of like a 3-4 at one point? And wasn't he like the nose tackle?
Yeah, they did a couple of hybrid stunts.
So he can play the nose, and then you kick out Grady to the defensive end. Let him be like a Calais Campbell. Do you realize what he could do at DN on a 3-4? Line opposite of have like a Aluakon behind him. Now the offensive tackle has to be able to make a decision on who do you want to block. I mean, you can't just make this stuff up, bro. Like, yo. Yeah,
and I like Walker, but Walker had a chance to get a pick, you know, early in the Saints game last Sunday, where he batted the ball when Hill tried to
that one hand. I would have been
that
would have been a top play
for sure, because he was reading his keys. He was on his man. Then he saw, let me get back. You know what I'm saying? So if we do run that 3-4, that'll give us a chance to use him as well, like you guys said, and because we already got 3 key linebackers. So if you draft that linebacker that you're talking about, that makes us a good deadly front seven and get a DN in the second round.
Yeah, Because you're not going to get a lot of like star players. Let's not get enamored with guys like Aaron Donald or Von Miller or something like that. Let's not get all enamored by that. You can scheme yourself to the quarterback. But you don't necessarily have to have a bunch of guys. That you don't have to have like stars all over the place. You can actually get there. And one thing about Atlanta is like they have speed. They drafted for speed. The defensive ends are bulky, but their linebackers are fast, and our corners are fast. And what would make the secondary much better is to let our front seven go and hunt. And the only way you'd be able to go and hunt is to have an aggressive defense. And the only way you can have an aggressive defense is do 3-4. It confuses the quarterback. It confuses the offensive line. You don't know who's coming. You don't know who's dropping. I'm tired of seeing defensive ends dropping in coverage.
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing that.
That's ill.
Yeah.
That's ill. But hey, with a 3-4, you have to have a good free safety. You have to have a good free safety with a 3-4, man.
And that's why I was saying, like, if you keep KZ, and if you keep KZ did tie for the league lead in interceptions like that one year. I mean, it gets to the point the guy is he's so talented, he think it's boring to get back there. Let him put him in a 3-4 and see how much fun he'll have. Rich already attested to it.
Yeah,
it's a fun defense to play around in. That's why I'm touting. I'm like, okay, let's just get somebody that understands a 3-4. I know people are gonna start saying like Rex Ryan, but we got to have somebody that at least understands that they will spread you out occasionally. But we got to have a blitzing, aggressive defense. We're not on natural grass. We're on a track meet type of field. We have athletes that fit that. Go hunt.
Yeah, and we were supposed to have Rex Ryan before. That's why I be so confused. I don't know if it's people's egos or what, but we should have took him the first time.
Who's that?
Rex Ryan. We should have picked him.
I think because the only reason why he didn't get the job is because Arthur Blanks he had a passing in the family, and I think like the interview kind of fell through. But I think Rex probably would have got the job, but I think that he was like in so many different directions at that time. I think it was like between us and the Bills. I think at that time. So I think being the fact that Rex had Arthur Blank had a passing in the family, he had to address that naturally, and at that time that's when he went up to the Bills and.
Yeah.
But here's a question from Asia Green. Asia, we would have to have you on here because you got some.
I like that.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about special teams? I believe we was always pretty decent at special teams. I mean, look at Young Wei. Cool. Nobody wanted his ass.
Yeah. Besides that, but I look at it more in the return game, like kick return, punt return. I think our last special team touchdowns with Barner. When we played the Panthers, he did something. That's the last thing, but I can remember, like just a great special teams play. And it's just we gotta make an impact in all three phases of the game. But special teams is a big part of it. It's just also like, ain't the Rams? What's the Rams special teams coordinator? The reason why I brought that up because I like how they be creative. You know how when people just do their little trick plays or just go for it. I don't mind when we do stuff like that, but I wouldn't mind seeing that more.
We don't do it at all. He have his punter throw passes and all. But hey, we got a super chat. Go ahead and read that for us, man.
New drop.
He asking about you. Who you talking about picking up?
He said if we land a top pick and Sewell drop to us, do you take him with Parsons and certain gone?
That's a tango. Honestly, if we get, and this all depends on our GM, okay? And I'm gonna talk directly to you, New Drop. You've been dropping all kinds of cash in here, so
so the coins, bro.
Yeah, exactly. If we get somebody that's aggressive and takes like best available, or if we can get a way to maybe trade up. I mean, we have done it before. Arthur Blank is not afraid to trade up, and go get what we need. And if he sees that we hire a coach that wants a 3-4 defense, and he's like, I need that guy from Penn State, go get him for me. I know what I could do with him. Then we'll trade up and probably get Parsons, and we'll just have to do what we need to do at at corner and probably like just work with Sheffield. You know, I truly believe that.
I like that. Swell, I think he's a dope player, but it just all depends on where this coaching staff goes, man. That's why when the season ends, we have to get that quick. Because we want to know which direction the scouts need to be looking for in college. That's just how it has to go. We have the pieces for 3-4, and we might need a couple more.
Yeah,
and if you get that, we there.
You don't have to rework it. You know.
Yeah. I know you were talking about the free safety position earlier, as far as what we would want to see. But I also, whoever that safety becomes in the future, I need them to enjoy tackling where it's like they are enforcing the run game, where they can stop, come downhill. Besides making plays back there, you know, flying around, getting interceptions. Of course, you want to see that, but you need a dog too. Like this safety got to be a dog that can pretty much do everything. Is Minka a strong safety? Fitzpatrick, is he a strong safety or free safety?
Free safety.
Yeah, he's free.
He's free. Okay, so something like, you know what I'm saying, what he can bring to the table, like a guy that he's just a playmaker ability, like people to make plays. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Can I address something real quick? Because I've been seeing this a lot, like in the comments, and it's like about the quarterback. And let's just address this right now.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't getting a quarterback. We're not. Okay, we're not. We're not getting one in the first round. We're not getting one in the second round. Okay, nothing particular. I would actually have just okay. I think Asia said it. Asia Green said it when she was like, I think she said Kurt Benkert should be our backup quarterback. Guess what? You're never going to see the backup quarterback because Matt Ryan don't get hurt.
Never.
He doesn't get hurt. That's the thing. He's 6'5", about 220 pounds, soaking wet with a brick in his pocket. The guy is thin, but he doesn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the guy he said he wants to play until he's 40 years old. Guess what, guys? He's not going anywhere. We're tied up in his contract until at least 2022, 2023. Okay? He makes too much money because if we was to get rid of him, we're already $12 million in the cap. Do you realize that would count 20-something million up against the cap? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have Matt Schaub as your starting quarterback for next year? Is that what y'all want? To fill the Mercedes-Benz Dome? Because by that time, the vaccine will probably be available and people will be able to come back into the dome. And you want to run out Matt Schaub? Is that what y'all want? Look, okay. Fields ain't coming here. Fields is going to be gone because look at how many bad quarterbacks is in the league right now, right? Look how many bad quarterbacks is in the league right now. Look at the Jets. Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jets. Okay, he's going to the Jets. The Giants' situation is a little testy. They may draft a quarterback because they may have another general manager coming in. There's a lot of guys in front of us, and you have to think about Dallas as well. You got to think about the Washington football team as well. Those are probably where those quarterbacks are going to go. Exactly. We're not going to pay him $20 million a leave, so you might as well keep him. Because if you run out Fields and he has a couple of bad games against, because guess what? Tom Brady ain't going nowhere. We couldn't stop God, what's the name of dude from New Orleans that ate us alive last week?
Hill.
Taysom Hill will probably be your starting quarterback, and we can't stop him. And you still have Teddy Bridgewater in Carolina. If Fields has a bad game, are you calling for his name too? Are you calling for his head too? Is that what you're going to do? You might as well stay from what you got. Stay, like, dance with the girl that you took to the prom, okay? This guy is a former MVP, right? This guy's a former MVP. He's got us to the Super Bowl before. He is capable. He hasn't shown any kind of, like brushback. The only problem is the fact that our offensive coordinator is not imaginative. You've seen what happened when he has a decent offensive coordinator. We went to the Super Bowl. The only thing is that offensive coordinator cost us a Super Bowl. So all we have to do is have an offensive mind.
He lost himself for the next one in 49ers. So
that comment is crazy.
I ain't even finished turning up though, because look how it's looking like in San Francisco. That you think you could just trot out anybody on the field. Jimmy Garoppolo is trash, is he not? Is he not?
Yeah, he got
right. So you might as well take your chances. You might as well take your chances with what you got. You already got something solidified here, right? But if you get rid of Matt Ryan, what is that going to say with Julio, right? People said they wanted to trade Julio Jones.
That was some crazy stuff right there. I wouldn't trade Julio. Never.
Yeah, these people almost had me fall out of my chair just now, man. All right, let me turn down. I'm gonna turn down, drink my water.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. If we was to pick a quarterback, you know what quarterback they'll probably pick us to get?
Who's that?
The Florida Gators quarterback.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, that would happen to us, bro. That would happen to us. That'll be some shit that they would pick. Let's just get him. He's the future. They wouldn't draft up to get them too. They wouldn't do it.
They probably would have Cam Newton come back down here or something like that, man. Or broke down Cam. Or maybe y'all want Gardner Minshew. You want Gardner Minshew? Huh? Man, yeah. Is that what you want? Come on, man. Like, we can still compete, man. Just let's not get into the whole thing as we're having a bad season right now. The season's over. We're gearing up for the draft. We're gonna have a new GM. We have a new coach. All black, everything. We ready. Okay, we're ready for that. We're ready for the transition to turn. Or the blanket's ready for the transition to turn.
Yep,
he wants to win a title before he kicks. Same thing with Jimmy with Jones from Dallas. It's a shame that the soccer team won a championship before we did. It's time for a change.
Hold on. I gotta talk to Dwayne P. He said we're not gonna win no more games. What is he talking about?
What the schedule?
He didn't see the Chargers on there.
Well, let me see. Hold on.
I know the schedule.
I know. We're gonna get absolutely. We better hope that the Kansas City Chiefs, ain't playing for nothing. Rest their players.
That's the toughest game we got left.
Yeah, the Chargers can be had. They can
Chargers too. Chargers, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Chargers, Tampa, Chiefs, Tampa. Raiders, Saints, Chargers, Tampa, Chiefs, Tampa. Simple as that.
And Tampa look like they falling back right now. That's the Antonio Brown disease, y'all. That's what he does. I think we might have at least at least 2 or 3 more wins in there. We say Raiders, Saints, Bucks, Chiefs, Bucks, and usually with the Saints we split.
Yeah.
And with the Bucks usually we beat them. But
the Saints definitely not winning next week, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I can see that. Like the way they played us, we look like clowns out there. They're not gonna come out like that again.
Yo, do you think they're gonna play the same way, like this, like the same way how they came out with Taysom Hill and what they did to us? You think they're gonna do the same shit? Same gameplay?
Nope.
Sean Payton was doing that to send a message. That's what he does. He don't like us at all, just like we don't like the Saints. I mean, he absolutely hates us. He hates our guts. He hates everything about Atlanta. He don't like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. He probably comes to the stadium and spits on the bird before he comes into the stadium. That's the way he feels about it. And he does that. He does that to basically send a message. That's all it was, to show how inept we are on defense. That's what he was doing. It's time for the wrap up.
All right, guys, we appreciate you guys watching the stream and all that, giving us your questions, us answering the questions. But it's time for us to wrap it up. College football is on. I know y'all want to get to it, so subscribe to my channel, Twisted Torch TV. Subscribe to all the other channels. Let's get us popping. We all trying to get our subscribers up. Enjoy your Saturday, and hopefully when we stream Sunday or Tuesday, we are streaming on a win.
Lord have mercy, Jesus! How many times have I said that in this stream, man?
Yeah, you've been hot. You've been waiting to talk. I see it.
Go ahead, Rich. Say your final goodbyes, bro.
All right. I just want to say love is love, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Looking forward to possibly talking again about this recap after the game. So we'll see. Everybody enjoy their day.
All right. So this is it. This is Mr. Magnus. Follow me on Twitter, Mr. Magnus427. If you ever want to come on and speak your piece, you could DM me on there. We're looking for people to come on and speak your piece. If you have a little bit of stress, you got to say it with your chest. But be responsible, be respectful in the comments. You know, that's the only thing that we ever ask for. Just be respectful and be responsible. Also, once again, I said this last week, mask up. Put your mask up. Please be responsible. We want to get back to some sort of normalcy. One day, you know, me and Rich, we in New York City, so you got the hand sanitizer.
Let's get it.
We're in New York City. You know, if you got anybody from up there, if, you know, you down in Atlanta, we love to meet y'all. You know, like this to say what's up, you know, like, you know, bounce some ideas off you, even if you want to come on the show. But we got to be healthy. We got to get through this, all right? So put your mask up, wash your hands, wash your butt, do whatever you need to do, all right? This is it. We out.
Miss Maggie, I see you back. You want to go ahead? You going to go ahead and end it for us?
Yeah. I already have, you know, shouted out all the, you know, channels. Make sure you follow Twisted Torch TV. Jumpman, that's his channel. He'll probably be bringing new content soon. He just, you know, got to get it together. But definitely look for him on here as well. But we, you know, like you said, Magnus, Rich, appreciate you. You are welcome to keep coming. I enjoyed you definitely. But guys, this is our new morning show. I'm excited to see so many people watching us tonight. You're probably still not used to us being on every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. But look for us every Saturday. And you might see a couple of more morning shows. You never know. So until then, you guys, make sure you give Atlanta Falcons Nation a subscribe. If you're watching it on Matt Mike Sports right now, go on over to the channel and subscribe. I got my niece here. She just wouldn't let me be great. So I'm just tuning in today. She said, rise up in here, people.
Rise up, show up, mask up.
That's right. And make sure you're on the Discord. The conversation never stops. Follow the Discord. I already put the links in the chat. Make sure y'all click on that link as well and join the conversation. But until next time, we probably will see y'all at post game tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But we want to win, so we're going to get it. Come on, rise up, rise up. All right, yeah. All right, yeah. We out. Peace.
Peace.